So you know those little DNA tests where you can see all the way back and figure out your family lineage and stuff like that? Well, I took one, but it was the most devastating result ever because I found out my son is not mine, which led me to a giant rabbit hole to figure out what the heck happened and who my wife cheated with. And guys, I found out and you won't believe this story.
So, a little backstory. I'm a 39-year-old man, and I've been happily married to my wife for over 8 years. We've built a beautiful 5-year-old son together, or at least I thought we did. Recently, something happened that turned my world upside down. My wife went on a business trip, and in her absence, I decided to take a biological ancestral DNA test online for both my son and me. I've always just been fascinated by genealogy and wanted to discover more about my family's lineage. It was meant to be a fun little project, but it turned into an absolute nightmare. When I received the results, I found out that my son is not biologically related to me. I was in shock, disbelief, anger, all of the emotions at once. I thought there must be a mistake or something, so to be absolutely sure, I sent in our DNA for a secondary lab testing. Same results. I felt completely betrayed and could not believe that my wife had lied to me for so long. I tried to keep it together, telling myself that I had to confront her face to face, and the whole time she was away, I felt a mix of dread and anticipation. My son could tell something was wrong, but I could not bear to tell him what I've discovered. When my wife returned, I was ready. I sat her down and showed her the test results, asking her for an explanation, and she broke down, confessing that she had a one-night stand during a difficult time in our relationship. The timing lined up with our son's conception. I was beyond furious. How could she keep such a secret? How could she let me raise our son believing he was mine? But more than that, I wanted revenge. I wanted her to feel the pain that I was feeling. And we argued and tears were shed, and we both said things we probably should not have said. She begged me to not leave, to think of our son, but all I could think about was how she had deceived me. Well, in the end, I told her I needed time to think. I'm staying at a friend's house now, feeling a bit lost and confused. I love my son more than anything in the world, and I don't want to lose him. But can I ever trust my wife again? A part of me wants to make her pay for what she's done, while another parts know that revenge won't fix anything. So I'm asking you guys a very serious question. Am I the a-hole for wanting revenge? Should I try to work things out, or should I follow my instincts and make her feel what I'm feeling? I'll keep you guys updated. What's up, everybody? Mr. Reddito here. So it looks like we're dealing with a kid, and so these sort of stories can be sort of messy, and it has the topic of revenge, which usually ends pretty badly when there's a kid involved. I do have multiple updates for you. If you guys are new to the channel's called Mr. Reddito's Revenge. If you're not subscribed yet, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button for daily revenge stories. It's a little different than most Mr. Reddito channels because this channel solely focuses on revenge. So, let's go ahead and hop into update number 1, 2 months later. Hey guys. It's been 2 months since I've last posted an update on the situation, and a lot has happened, and I just feel like I owe you an update. My wife and I have been attending therapy 3 times a week, but it has not been easy. First of all, I decided to try to work things out for the sake of our son. I can't express how much I love that boy, and even though he's not biologically mine, he's my son in every way that matters. But the pain of my wife's betrayal runs deep. I fell into a deep depression, and I've been drinking more than I ever have before. My wife's pleas for forgiveness echo in my ears, but it's hard to move past the betrayal. Every session in therapy brings up these painful memories, and I can't help but feel a bit of resentment. In one session, we found out that the real father of my child is the landowner of the old house we used to rent. The revelation sent shockwaves through me, as you can imagine, and I could not help but feel an overwhelming sense of anger and betrayal. Does he know? Yeah, him? How could she? My wife keeps telling me that she cheated because I wasn't there for her, but I can't accept that as an excuse. Sounds like something a cheater would say. The more we dug into our issues, the more I realized that I might never be able to forgive her for what she's done. After a lot of soul-searching, I sat my wife down and told her exactly how I feel. I told her that I can't move past what she's done, that the harm that she's caused is too great. I will still want to be the father of our child, yes, but I can't continue with this marriage. I just can't. She begged me not to go through with the divorce, but after hours of crying and grieving, she accepted my decision, and it's not something I wanted. But I feel it's the one way, the only way, for me to heal and move forward. So, that's where we stand now, guys. We're beginning the divorce process, but I'm committed to being there for my son. This chapter of our lives is closing, but the pain and confusion are far from over. I will update you again about how things proceed. Thank you for the support, advice, and understanding you've provided. It means so much more than you know. Update number 2, 6 months later, and guys, this is the final update. I think it's time to give you all what you might want, a final update on this chapter of my messy life. The divorce is final and my wife and I are officially separated. She took the breakup really hard in the beginning, but over time she started spending time with her friends and even began talking to someone new. As for me, I've been focusing on myself, spending time with my brothers, reconnecting with some old friends, and just trying to find a bit of joy in my lost life again. I don't regret the decision for divorce, and seeing who she truly is, I'm glad that we're no longer together. But the bond between my son and me is absolutely unshatterable, unbreakable, and I still treat him as my own. We've managed to work out an arrangement where I get to spend time with my son 2 days out of the week. Those days are the highlight of my week, filled with father-son adventure, laughter, and bonding, and he's growing up so fast. And I'm grateful for every moment that I have with him. I don't have to pay child support with our circumstances, and communication with my ex-wife has been civil. We both recognize that our son's well-being is the priority, and we're doing our best to make this transition as smooth as possible for him. He is still our boy. Just last weekend, I decided to take him on a special Father-Son Day adventure to the local zoo. He'd been begging to see the elephants, and I wanted to make his wish come true, and as we walked through those gates, his eyes widened with wonder, and the sound of his laughter as he raced towards the animal enclosures was music to my aching ears. We spent hours together exploring that zoo, watching the playful monkeys, the elegant giraffes, and of course the mighty elephants. His excitement was contagious, and I found myself seeing the world through his eyes, appreciating the beauty and wonder of nature in a way I had not in years. And guys, I'll be honest with you, that's my boy. That's my son. I don't care if it's not biological, that's my boy. After the zoo, we headed to our favorite ice cream parlor, and he chose a double scoop of strawberry and I opted for chocolate. We sat at our usual table by the window, enjoying our ice cream and talking about our favorite animals from the day. His face was radiant with happiness, and his words were tumbling over each other as he recounted our day. I watched him with my heart swelling with love and pride, knowing that this was a day he would remember, a day that had brought us even closer. These adventures with my son, these precious moments, are what life is truly about. No matter what's happened, we have each other. I don't care about his mother. We have each other, and that's all that matters. He's my boy, and I'm his dad in every way that counts. It's a bittersweet ending to a painful chapter of my life, yes, but I'm looking forward to many more memories with my son. I've learned a lot about myself, about love, trust, and forgiveness, because life is moving on, and so am I. I want to thank everyone for following my story throughout these months. for your advice, your kind words, and your support. It's meant more than I could ever imagine, but I want to ask you guys this in the closing asking question. What would you have done? Let me know in the comment section. What's up, everybody? Mr. Reddito here. Okay, so that's actually all the updates that OP posted. It spanned over a few months, and I did compile a few comments that we'll jump into. So comment number 1, it says this. OP, you handled this situation with more grace and dignity than many could muster. You're putting your son's well-being first, and that's so commendable. Your wife. Ugh. She betrayed your trust in such a significant way, and you have every right to feel angry and hurt. Stay strong. Continue to be that great father that you are. Comment number 2. I understand that you're hurt. But revenge and wanting to make your wife suffer is not the solution. The situation is complex, and it seems like you made the decision to divorce rather quickly. It might have been worth giving therapy a shot and working through your issues. Your son needs both parents, and I hope you can find a way to co-parent effectively for the boy. Comment number 3. Honestly, everyone sucks here. Your wife's betrayal, yeah, that's inexcusable. But wanting revenge, that's not healthy, man. Therapy seems like a step in the right direction, I agree with the other commenter, but it looks like you both were holding on to blame and resentment at the same time. This situation is going to affect your son, and both of you need to find a way to move past this for the sake of him. And final comment says, hey, hear me out. This is an incredibly painful and complex situation, yeah. Your wife made a terrible mistake, but she also confessed and seemed to be genuinely wanting to make amends, man. You, on the other hand, you tried your best to move past this and keep the family together, but ultimately could not. It is an unfortunate situation, but I don't think anyone's the a-hole here. It's life, man. Life's messy, and sometimes there's no easy answer, dude. Mr. Reddito here. Let me know which comment that you agree with the most. Drop it down below. And now, let's hop into Mr. Reddito's opinion.
So we just checked out some of the comments, and I have to say, in my opinion, comment number 1, I do relate with the most out of all these commenters, and I'll reread that to you right now. It says, OP, you handled this situation with more grace and dignity than many could muster. You're putting your son's well-being first, and that is so commendable. Your wife betrayed your trust in a significant way, and you have every right to feel angry and hurt. Stay strong and keep being a great father, and for that reason I'm saying not the a-hole. I mean, OP is still sticking there for his son. Even though it's not biologically his son, he's still taking responsibility, and I think that is commendable. And also, what the wife did is inexcusable. I mean, she cheated. Yeah, maybe they could have saved their relationship with some sort of counseling, but ultimately, that's up to OP to decide if he wants to do that. But I want to hear from you guys, what exactly you thought of the comment. Do you agree with comment number 1 the most like I did? Or do you agree with maybe everyone sucks here for the revenge that OP did? Drop it in the comment section down below. If you guys are new to the channel, my name's Mr. Reddito, and this is Mr. Reddito's Revenge channel, where mostly all the stories relate to some sort of karma or revenge. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. You probably aren't subscribed to this channel. It's a newer channel of Mr. Reddito's, so make sure you subscribe to this one as well for daily videos. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have an amazing day, and just remember, it's cool to be kind. See ya.